Hi everyone, and welcome back to Life Sizing for the 50 Plus. We are talking today about the power of choice. The power we all have to choose. No one chooses, getting a spam call. No one chooses our thoughts but us. And also, then with that, those thoughts turn into actions. Now, we know there's paradigms that we all live in that we can't just choose whatever. But basically, what I'm talking about today is more our attitudes. And only each of us chooses that attitude, regardless of our lifestyle. So, I have identified, we're going to talk about the power of choice, as I said, in our attitudes, and then later, of course, our lifestyle, and then later our homes. They're all equally important. But first of all, for the choice of our attitudes, I've identified some key words, and they are accept, embrace, choose, let go, choose, and stop. And a brief explanation of these words is accept, and we've talked about this, life will change and is changing every decade and every life stage. Embrace learning. Knowledge is power. Choose to go for it. Let go of strongholds and outdated paradigms on aging. Choose to be open to divine appointments and new opportunities. Stop thinking, at my age, are you kidding me? Or, I'm too busy. I don't have any time for anything or anyone else in my life right now. What are you talking about, Mitzi Beach? So I told you last week, if you haven't had time to view that, go back and listen to that. These books have really made an impact on my life again. The Prayer of Jabez and The Dream Giver were almost 20, or maybe they are 20 years. And I came across the Beyond Jabez, by Bruce Wilkinson. And this book, I don't know how many of you have had this opportunity, but it is like right between the eyes for me. And one of them I'm going to share with you today. There's principles, and when you hear bless me indeed, that is for others. That is not, and ourselves too, but it's like our motto. We do more for others so that we can we do more for ourselves so that we can be more for others. And so I am really excited about attaching this thinking, this prayer, with what we're all about. So let me share with you a connection. Learn to recognize Jabez moments. Keep your antenna constantly alert for divine appointments through which you can touch a life or do something for God's purposes. Keep asking God what's next. So I am going to be giving you a quick scenario, and this was so cool. So we had Kimmy, my sister, we're always sharing what we are into next or gonna do or have done. That's sisterhood. So Kimmy was telling me about a super lady named Mallory. Of course they're mowing as soon as I started, but I think you can hear me. So anyway, she said, go to Mallory, Mitzi, go to Mallory. So I did, and as I'm waiting for Mallory, she's an esthetician for facials, And I haven't had any major work done, but I do believe in facials. So, excuse me. So, I go to Mallory, and while I'm waiting for her, there is this charming young woman. I'm always interested in young people and what they're doing, what their life is about. So her name was Rachel. Well, one thing led to another, and asking Rachel a ton of questions. And so find out that her mom, Denise, was the founder of this major support business for estheticians nationally. So I was prompted to give her my card to give to her mother, because Rachel's mother, Denise, and I are in the same world of promoting and helping others. Well, Denise emails me and says, my daughter says, so she did, and Denise and I had this email conversation. Well, then, couple emails back and forth, Denise is telling me that she's going to be in my area having a conference all day, and her last speaker of the day, seriously, fell and broke her foot. Mitzi, would you be open to closing our conference at the end of the day? Well, this was Thursday, and that conference was Sunday. Seriously. I said, yes, I would love to. So do you see what this has to do with being open to divine appointments? Denise and I know without a doubt that was not a coincidence, a happenstance. So then, I'm going to be honest with you, I have been struggling about, do I keep on keeping on with all of this? And just as the Lord always works, this morning in my quiet time, I'm reading this section of the Beyond Jabez, and here's what it says. He's saying, while we're on this point, may I speak directly to a special category of people, to those who think their usefulness is ended. And I'm thinking, does he know my name? And to those who think their usefulness is ended. I'm referring to those of you who are in the latter season of life. I guess that's all of us kids, 50 up, but really 60, 70, okay? So he says, friends, there's still more ground to take. Why fritter away these years when you could not just walk or run, but accelerate across the finish line? Isn't that profound, you all? I was like, okay, I got it. I hear it. As my dad used to say, I'm gonna, what the heck's wrong with you? So he says, if you're past retirement or semi-retired, you may not realize that your adventure continues. Just think of the resources you have at your disposal. Time, not that most of us have different amounts of time. Wisdom and experience, and a mighty God. I just love that, you all. I hope that this hits some of you or makes a difference, because it surely did for me. We're never too old to do more for others and for Him. So as we close and we're saying, the hashtag I'm crazy about, more is possible, I think we ought to elongate that to more is possible at any age, okay? So think about what you have, what talents, what gifts, what experiences. You're all different. Not very few of us are the same. We all have a unique gifting and spin that we can reach others, okay? So we say, We do more for ourselves so that we can be more for others. Have a blessed week, you all. I care about you deeply, and don't just stay in your comfort zone, okay? Do more. More is possible. Bye-bye.